Hold up. My views are my own. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. Lightning round. Dangerously close.
Actually, this is like a great example of old Nashville versus new Nashville. Because like in old Nashville, I feel like I would have heard about you, like your stand-up from just someone like at the park. Like I would have been, someone would be like, "Oh, you should go check out Marianna like Barksdale or whatever." I'll be like, "Okay," but like now it's new Nashville, so I hear about you from like a New York comedian.
So funny. That is so cool that he shouted me out. He's so funny. When you told me who it was, I was like, that was not who I was going to guess. But
Really? Oh, yeah. So yeah, shout out to Sasha Serbel for making this happen. And now I know all about Marianna. Am I saying your name right, Marianna?
Yes, you are.
Okay. I know you told me how to say it right. And then now I got paranoid and I was like, I'm fucking saying it wrong. I know I am.
That's what happens to anybody who has a hard to pronounce name, because every time I meet a Kirsten or a Kristen, doesn't matter how many times they tell me it, I'm going to forget. And it's just one of those things.
Yeah. But you're like, your name's Kristen. Damn it.
I know. Well, I'm just like, I go through this so much. I don't care if people mispronounce my name, but it's my opener too. So,
actually that shit I just said reminded me of like when I was saying, like, I heard about you from a New York comedian, and we're down here in Nashville in the dirty South. Sorry guys, another Nashville episode. But like, do you remember like those salsa commercials back in the day where like if the Cowboys found out that the salsa was from New York City, they would like kill they would murder the cowboy that had the New York salsa.
Yeah, it was the chunky salsa.
Paste picante sauce.
Yeah.
And they'd all be enjoying salsa around a fire. And you'd be like, this salsa's made in New York City. Murder him.
Yeah, don't stop it, go. Just kill him.
Yeah, commercials used to be so much better.
They did. I remember when I was a kid, I liked them a lot more. Now, even when like a comedian will mention commercials, I'm like, my brain tunes out really hard because I'm like, oh, I don't like it anymore because I just feel like I'm being programmed.
Yeah.
It's good. It works too. So I try to avoid it at all costs. But there's an actor. He's one of the actors that there's a bunch of actors in the world that like have been in a ton of things, but I've never learned their name. And there's one guy, and he's like all he does is commercials now. He does like he's Chaos and those like. Oh yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah, well, he was in the TV show Oz on HBO. He played. I'm gonna forget. I forgot his name on that too. But he was also Liz Lemon's boyfriend on 30 Rock, and he was fucking hilarious in that. My favorite line in that is like when he saved someone from the subway, and they ask him why he did it, and he's like, "Man, I was just sitting there, and I was like, but Derek Jeter, you think you're better than me?"
Yeah. God, I've got to rewatch 30 Rock. That's one of the best shows ever written.
Yeah, I would say jokes per minute, JPMs, probably like highest. Actually, maybe like tied with like It's Always Sunny.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. And they're both so weird that it's interesting to me that they're so mainstream and popular because like when you're watching It's Always Sunny, you're like, wait a minute, everybody gets these jokes?
Well,
everybody gets this?
There's something for everyone, because like there's some people like they're a Charlie person. There's some people they're a Dennis person or they're a D person. I'm sorry, I took us on a really long tangent to just say that guy from 30 Rock, his name's Dennis in that. His name's Dennis. Anyway, I will watch his commercials literally just because I like that actor so much. So if you're listening out there, advertisers, pick likable actors with forgettable names.
Yeah, there's a lot of, the best character actors, that's why you forget their names, I think. Like you just like Gary Oldman is such a great actor, but I always forget his name because I'm like, I don't know, he was just that character.
Yeah. Did you know he was Sid Vicious in Sid and Nancy?
No.
You should go back and watch Sid and Nancy. I think it came out like in the 80s. He's very young in it, and he looks exactly like Sid Vicious. It's so good. He's such a good actor. He can really transform.
Yeah, he's a chameleon. I don't know how anyone does that. My favorite character of his is in I always remember the girl's name, Alabama Worley, but I can't remember what the actual movie's called.
Batman.
No. Anyway, it's a Quentin Tarantino script, but it was before he directed movies. And
oh, crazy.
Gary Oldman's like I want to say a pimp.
Cool.
I can't remember what his name is. It's like Razzle or something. God, I wish I remembered right now, but
dude,
he's
all right. I'm gonna
talk about movies for
Jamie, look that up. I don't have a Jamie.
I know. I was supposed to say, do you have a Jamie?
No. Hey, but this, you know what? We're both in Nashville. We got to talk about some Nashville stuff. People are expecting you and me to really handle some of the situations going on here. So I think it's time for us to weigh in on some serious Nashville news. And, this is what the people tuned in for. It's that Kid Rock has resumed selling Bud Light at his bar. Does this mean that Kid Rock is gay?
Man, I don't understand any of what's going on there. Sometimes I think people just don't have anything to think about or do, and then they have to get up in arms about whatever, But yeah, he's probably gay. That's probably it. Like he's fighting so hard.
Why else would he sell Bud Light? He said it's the gayest beer, and he said if you drink it, you'll turn gay. And then he shot a case of Bud Light with a machine gun.
Yeah,
trying to prove that he wasn't gay. So, all right, guys, it's been confirmed. You heard it first on My Views From My Own podcast. Kid Rock has come out, and
I don't think they stopped selling his beer at his big ass honky tonk. I remember somebody posting like the night that happened, they were like, "Oh, I had to go here." Somebody posted that night, they were like, "I got dragged to the honky tonk, and they're selling Bud Light. It's here." So I don't know if they ever stopped.
I was a bar back on 2nd Avenue for years, and I will tell you one thing, and you probably are already aware of it, but the amount of Bud Light that is swilled by Nashville tourists is unfathomable. And the bar that I worked in, it carried they probably carried about 27 beers, maybe even more than that.
Yeah.
But 90% of those beers were Bud Light. Like out of all the coolers that I stocked, like at the beginning of every Friday night, I would stock like 18 cases of Bud Light to start, and then continuously only stock Bud Light for the remainder of the evening. So
somebody should tell these people it doesn't taste good.
Can you imagine all the people that came here straight and then went home gay because they drank Bud Light?
I know. There's really going to be a population crash now.
Yeah. Take that, Elon Musk.
Yeah. And I heard about his army.
Do we want to weigh in on this at all? I mean, this won't come out for a week, so I feel like anything could happen. Do we want to give any airtime whatsoever to this Threads versus Twitter thing that's happening?
That's so funny because I accidentally got on Threads. I don't know how I made an account. I don't know how I got to the app, but it just all of a sudden appeared, and I was like, okay, because I got rid of Twitter earlier this year just because, not for any reason other than it took too much of my brain away, and I would put up half-formed jokes and then I wouldn't continue the joke and I wouldn't finish it, and it took away a lot of my creativity.
Yeah.
So I got rid of it. But I don't know. I mean, I kind of prefer Threads just because it's new, and so there's nothing.
Yeah.
It's brand new. There's nothing to hate about it, except that it's kind of ugly.
Yeah. I mean, can I tell you, like, here, there's two things. One is this. There's been times, like, especially when I have a guest, like a Nashville guest, which doesn't happen all that often. Sometimes I'll just go on Twitter and see what's trending and try and pull out some good stories. And before Elon, you could do that so easily. I had my friend Aiden on here. I went on, and the number one thing trending in Nashville was this dude named Luscious. And he was just this giant naked dude with like a penis that was like the size of like one of those like miniature baseball bats. And it was like crazy looking. and it just said, "Hey, does anybody want to come over to my house and give me a massage?" And that was the number one trending thing in Nashville at the time. And so we got to like, I was like, this is great. I'll definitely talk about this on the podcast. And then today I was like, I'll hop on Twitter and see what's happening in Nashville. And it's literally just like hundreds of like just trolls being like trying, owning the libs. And I was like, this is not useful. This is not a tool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like an overflowing trash can at this point.
It really.
But like, I loved Twitter at the beginning, like 12 years ago. I had an old Twitter. I don't know why I deleted it. I wish I had it for the jokes I made back then because I wanted to see how bad they were. But I don't know. I loved Twitter at the beginning. And I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on like what changed when Elon came to the helm, except that I don't know why he's wasting his time with this when he's like actually focusing on important stuff. Like, I don't know.
I don't think he has anything important to focus on. I think it's all I think he's full of shit. It's all an illusion. But can I just share one more recent Twitter thing? Like, why I think this Threads thing has such a chance is I was on this happened like a week or so ago, and someone posted Roseanne Barr on Theo Von's podcast, and she's like, and I look, first of all, anybody listening, if you're any of the people that responded to me, and there was a lot of them, I know what a joke is, and I get that she thinks she's funny. I just didn't agree with. She basically said the Holocaust didn't happen, and a bunch of other just fucked up shit. Mm-hmm. And I essentially just said, "Hey, this is really bad. I don't like this." And like, I didn't even go in hard like I used to. Like I used to be just a vicious troll on Twitter. I would go in and like, bother someone for like until their brain melted. but like I was just like, I don't like this. And for 3 days, I was bombarded by Theo Von fans telling me that I was so fucking stupid that I don't deserve to live, and I'm so fucking stupid. Like I'd never deserve to see a comedy podcast again. And I was like, I don't like Twitter.
Yeah, I know. I don't like Twitter. I don't like Twitter. I don't like the ganging up on everyone. Theo has a ton of fans. I didn't realize quite how popular he was until like very recently. But I'm a comedy fan. Roseanne's had such an interesting roller coaster. I don't even understand. Like I listened to that whole interview. I watched the whole thing. Just because like, I don't know, I just find people interesting, and I really like watching people that I don't necessarily, it's not even agree with or disagree with. I just like more information. I like how people think about stuff, even if they're got a screw loose, whatever's going on. She definitely has owned up to the fact that she has problems. So, at that point, I just kind of accept them the way I would accept like my family member who has problems, But it was almost just confusing, but also wasn't she like smoking cigarettes and like drinking during the podcast too?
Yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. But I just mean like, I don't know, maybe she needs to like, I don't know. I would never think I'm going to tell somebody what to do, but yeah, I heard that whole podcast and it didn't, I don't know.
I think what it is just for me, I only saw the clips and all that stuff, and I get that it's out of context and shit. What it is like for me, I guess what, as far as the Twitter aspect of it was that I didn't say like, fuck Theo Von. Yeah. He's a piece of shit. I hate him. I didn't even say that. I was just like, I don't like this. This is bad. And it's like the Theo Von army came in hot. So, I mean, good for him for having that kind of fan base. I would kill to have like an army of trolls.
Oh yeah. Well, I think this is why I don't like Twitter. Nobody can understand like a half feeling or like, hey, I don't like this. And then like nobody accepts the fact that other people's emotions are their own and it doesn't affect them. And I hate that. Like, I can't stand when you can't just say like if somebody was like yelling and they were just in a bad mood, whatever, and you're like, hey, you're yelling, can you calm down a little bit or whatever? Yeah. And then they're like, what did you call me, a bitch? And they freak out. And it's like, no, sorry, you were yelling. And could you just calm down a little bit? It's like they take it so far away. I don't know what's happened, but I don't remember, like, I remember back in the day, you could just say, like, hey, I don't like this. And then someone would be like, hey, I do.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
You could do that.
Yeah.
You
I
could be
miss
like,
those days.
yeah, when you could just be like, I like Incubus. I don't like Incubus.
Yeah.
We're still friends.
I know all my best friends from childhood, we don't like the same movies, music. Like, we don't have similar interests. We like each other and being around each other. And I prefer people that don't agree with me on everything, because I just feel like that's a more interesting relationship.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's why I lived in New York for 10 years. And that's why I liked it there so much, is you just have this endless threshold of just everyone is just all over the place. And it's just, you have to continuously re-examine how you feel about things. And it changes. And that's the other thing people don't really understand, is that, like, you can say something and change your mind. And now everyone, I just feel like people act like there is no way you can change your mind. You said something publicly and that's it. And there's no, I'm sorry. And I really don't like that, because I'm like, well, then that's how relationships work. If you make a mistake, you say, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You make amends.
And the person doesn't say, well, actually, I have here something that you wrote down in your, like, public diary 7 years ago that I will hold against you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, with no context of, like, what was going on that day, what was going on that year, whatever. Just, there's so many things that can be going on in somebody's life. This is why I used to be, like, a huge road rage person, and now I'm not at all, because I'm like, I don't know, what if they're going to the hospital? Like,
yeah, like, here's an example. I don't know if it's a good one, but I didn't used to like Ryan Gosling. And I may have, like, even said that out loud. I used to be like, I don't know, I don't really like him. And then, you know what I did? I changed my mind, and I do like Ryan Gosling now. And we're actually going to go see the Barbie movie. Me and my occasional co-host, Zach Wilkinson. We've already got it all planned out. We're going to be there at the premiere, and then we're going to do an episode on Barbie, which all of our movie episodes that we do on the podcast are always something from, like, 1992. That's some shit that no one has thought about in 20 years or talked about. Then that's all our movie. We never review anything even remotely new. So anyway, that's all I'm saying, is I would hate for someone to just pull that out against me, like, constantly, be like, you said that you didn't like him 8 years ago. You said you didn't like him.
Yeah. Well, something else that's interesting about that is so many things that I used to hate, I love now. So it's like, and that's the other thing, is, like, the opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. So it's like, if you hate something, I heard somebody else say this, and I can't remember who it was, but it's like, if somebody hates you, they're actually closer to loving you than somebody who doesn't even think about you. Because they have a strong emotion about you.
Yeah.
And that's interesting to me. But most people think if somebody hates you, that's it. I'm like, no. Okay.
Because there's some kind of, like, deep feeling there.
Yeah, it goes deep for some reason. It's you touched something in their cerebellum. So, hey,
while we're on the subject of manipulating people's emotions, it has come to my attention that you are also an aspiring cult leader, as am I. I'm just curious, do you have a vision for the kind of cult you want? You ever think about it? Like, what you would do if you had all those people and all their bank accounts?
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know. I've been thinking about that joke for so long now. I love watching stuff on cults, because I love the fact that at the beginning, everybody's like, this is different. This is going to be great. I like the attitude people have in cults, because it is kind of a selfless thing. And they all seem to experience emotion in this, like, kind of like the way animals do, sort of like birds, or like they're synchronized. Yeah. So I don't, like, put a lot of thought into, like, the cult I would have, but I don't know. There's something interesting about people who are willing to give up their, like, personality to be part of something. I don't know. But
I don't want to go too hard on it, too, because I do know some people that have escaped cults and actually had someone on just like 2 weeks ago on the podcast. We literally talk about her family escaping a cult. But having said that, I also have I kind of stopped doing it. I might start doing it again. I used to put like lots of fake ads on this podcast. I would pretend like I was sponsored by like spaghetti or, but I was like frequently, it's one I use more than once, is where I was trying to get people to join the My Views Are My Own cult. And I had a promo code for 50% off your first, cult experience. Right. And like my whole vision for that is that like, I'm like a prophet and I like wear a lot of robes and crazy, just kind of dress like a genie. And but I'm like not really available that much. Like I'm like kind of like off, like kind of just like spending everyone's money, like I'm not like, I don't want to say I'm cynical, but like I'm not gonna like buy into my own horse shit, which happens. I think that's when cults go bad, is when the leader forgets that they're doing it for like money. It's like, and then you're being like, no, I am God.
Yeah, when they think they are God is the problem. Yeah, I get that. I feel like there's always like like the leader is like in the back taking a nap, and there's like another person who's like, no, he told me that we need to, like in the Wild Wild Country cult. I can't remember what they're called.
Oh my God, I have two friends that were in that cult.
Really?
Yes, as children, their parents were both in that cult. I dated one person whose parents were in that cult, and then I have one of my best friends was also in the same cult, and I didn't believe either. Like at first I was like, you guys gotta be kidding me. And then they were both like started doing like the chants and shit. And I was like, oh my God, they were both in the Wild Wild Country cult.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's like another really good example of like, they like changed the landscape. They farmed land that they couldn't ever farm. Like all of that part's very interesting. But then you get like the woman who's just like, no, he told me all the rules.
Yeah.
And now you have to do all the rules, and but then were they there when they poisoned all of the town folk?
No, because they were here in Nashville, so they weren't.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was in different areas.
Oh no, it was huge. It was like nationwide.
Okay.
So, and this would have been a later iteration. I don't know when Wild Wild Country was, but that stuff stuck around for a long time because they were in that like same type of cult in the 90s, or like that's when they would have been in it.
I wonder if they would have been in it if there had been a documentary about it then.
Probably not.
I wonder if people who are the kind of people who would watch a documentary about a cult are the people who would join a cult. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're susceptible to like being reprogrammed. I wonder if you're the kind of person who would ever care to watch a documentary about a cult.
I think so, because I think in a lot of ways what it is just if you're susceptible to magical thinking, then a documentary is not necessarily going to like make you not do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like here's for instance, for me, it's not a very good one, but the TV show Narcos. Yeah. I loved it. I've watched it. I'm now currently watching it the third time. And every time I watch it, I'm always like just kind of rooting for Pablo Escobar, like a lot. And I'm like, the DEA agents are all dickheads. And I'm glad when they lose.
I know. I don't know how they do that. Where you're like, why am I rooting for this guy?
It was so well done. I mean, like, because then later on when he becomes, he starts killing everybody, and you're like, oh no, I hate him too. But in the beginning, they really like make it easy to super. Here's the thing about I think about Pablo Escobar. Like the difference between Pablo Escobar and every other billionaire is that he has an interesting story. Mm-hmm. He was poor once, and I don't know, and people like found him likable. Mm-hmm. Which I think like I don't think you like, because you can't apply that to like Elon or like Jeff Bezos or Mark Zuckerberg. You don't go like, oh yeah, interesting story. Like,
yeah, it hurts their case that they're not very likable, honestly. But I don't know. It's weird. The weirdest people are likable. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, like, I mean, they made a movie out of Mark Zuckerberg with Jesse Eisenberg. Is that what his name is?
I love that movie. Yeah. The Social Network.
Yeah, great movie, but I mean, it's it's no Narcos. I'll tell you that.
No, it's not. But it is. I still can't believe that director did it. God, I used to be so good with directors, but I loved the soundtrack for that. It was Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross.
Oh, cool! I didn't even think about that. I was just thinking about how it just dawned on me that that Backstreet Boy. I can't remember. I can't remember his name.
Oh, Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake's in it. He's really good in that.
He's great in that. He's a great actor.
Have you seen Alpha Dog?
No.
Oh my god, it's the best thing he ever did.
Oh my god. I can't wait to watch all of these that I haven't. It's amazing. Like I'm kind of more into the horror genre. Like it's hard to find a horror movie I haven't seen if it's good. So it's hard for me to go back and watch other things that aren't horror now. But
have you seen Ghost?
What?
Have you seen Ghost Ship with Carl Urban?
No.
Check it the fuck out.
Okay, I will.
It's I wouldn't say it's good. Have you seen it? It's got the guy from The Usual Suspects, the guy that they think is Kaiser Sose before you find out it's Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen The Usual Suspects, boy, that'll fucking ruin it for you.
You might want to write that in the note. I'm going to ruin one of the best of history.
If you haven't seen The Usual Suspects yet, you've had enough time. Hey, I just learned a new law today. Do you want to hear it? And it might affect your cult. Did you know that it's illegal for more than 8 women to live together in Nashville?
Somebody told. Okay,
that's a law.
Not the first person to tell me that, because it's ringing a bell, and I don't know why. But yeah, what happened? Is that from a sorority that like burned down something? What happened?
I guess it's like from the wild, wild west days of, I don't know. If more than 8 women are living together, then it is immediately classified as a brothel, and therefore it's an illegal home. So I
was thinking you were going to say coven.
That's more like modern, like the people that run our government now would believe that there's witches and shit. They're like, 8 women, I got to get them.
Yeah.
Because we got like Ron DeSantis light and fucking all right, I got real quick. Let's do a bet. I'll bet you $1 for who wins. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Right now, there's like a 17-way race for mayor of Nashville. Whoever can say the most mayoral candidates wins $1.
Oh no. Okay.
All right. Ready? Go.
Natisha.
Oh, I knew that one because I saw her poster.
I know her poster was the one in my neighborhood. So Natisha, but she doesn't have a last name, so I was like, I need
okay, and I know another guy that I always call him Newt Gingrich, but I don't know his real first name is not Newt. I just know that's. I was wondering if he was related to Newt Gingrich.
Yeah,
we might be tied.
I know. I think that's it. There's like 17 people running. I mean, rightfully so. You know.
The only reason I know about Natisha because she has a big sign up at the farmer's market. That's it.
Yeah, she's got good marketing. In the neighborhoods where I always am, I see mostly her signs, and I'm like, well, it sounds like she probably knows something or another about neighborhoods that I live in. So let's look into Natisha.
All right, guys, you heard it here first. If you're voting in the national mayoral election, Natisha is a possible option, and so is someone named Gingrich. There are also like 15 other options that could possibly be better than both of them. So maybe look into it for yourselves.
Yeah. Some guy has on YouTube, I'll get an ad for one guy, and I like his ad, and I can't remember why. Can't remember his name, so it can't be that good of an ad, but it's just like he's listing off all the stuff. He's talking about like, we don't want to have Nashville for tourists. We want Nashville for us. And I'm like, yeah, please continue this line of thought. Like, I understand they bring in money, but like, Jesus, how much money? Don't we bring in money? I mean, I go and like support businesses all the time.
It's not that I don't care about who the mayor is going to be. It's just that how I make my decision is I'm just going to wait until it's time. And then I'm going to ask my smart friends who they're voting for. And that's how I get, someone smart and well-informed is going to tell me what to do.
I know. I'm always like the day of, I'm like, let's just figure this out real quick. Cause I just don't have a lot of time to do civics homework every day.
Yeah, dude, don't give me homework. Just and I got friends that love doing homework. So I'll just call one of them on election day and be like, yo, who's best?
I know. I'm so glad other people will break it down for me. And they're like, they vote no on this. They vote yes on this. They vote, cause I'm just like, otherwise I'm like, I don't know. They seem nice, but I don't. Thank God I don't just vote. I'm like, they look cool. I like their name.
Like, yeah. Oh, that's actually, yeah. I'm the kind of person I feel like I would do that. I remember when I was a little kid, they would do like mock elections in schools, and I would always pick, like, if someone had a D in their name, I would pick them because my name starts with a D, and like that's it. Like that's all I would care about.
Yeah, we're team. We're a team.
Yeah. D. Um,
Funny.
hey, I got another question for you.
Okay.
Well, this is more of a statement, but I feel like you have a lot of experience to weigh in on this, and it's also like a new Nashville, old Nashville kind of deal.
Mhm.
I feel like going to private yoga is equally an old Nashville and a new Nashville thing. What do you think?
Totally. Yeah, it would be. Yeah. God, I've gone to almost every yoga studio in Nashville, I feel like at this point. And it has changed.
Yeah.
Yoga used to be like people in sweatpants who were very, very nice and very, very smelly, just like living their life, really relaxed. And like now you go and everybody's in a handstand and it's just really stressful and everybody there's high strung and they're all lawyers and they're all doctors and it's just like this, or they are like a mom and they have, all day off and they have to go to their class and they're very, be here in 10 minutes, there in 15 minutes, and there in 20. But yeah, private yoga. That was
sorry, just the words private yoga make me laugh.
I know. Well, I love that because that happened in Brooklyn. That joke came from Brooklyn because I was at this studio that just everybody got pushed out of the neighborhood because all the rent went up. And so I just ended up in this class with this one teacher and it was so weird. He was a weird teacher. And I mean, it's just no matter what, if it's just you and a teacher in a room and you weren't scheduled for a private yoga class, like I've never taken one, but it's weird. What was the question?
Oh, well, it was kind of open-ended because it was really just a statement, but I wanted to, I hope you don't mind if I be pulling pieces out of your material, out of your actual material. But after you talk about private yoga, you talk about going to spin, which I don't know if you know this about me, but I was a spin instructor for like 10 years.
I didn't know that.
I started teaching spin when I was in college. Mm-hmm. And then it was a great way to make money too, especially in school, because I taught spin classes like on campus too, like at the rec center. I worked at a couple real gyms and then on also just the rec center during the day while I was taking classes. So I would like go to school, like take a real class and then go to the rec center and teach a spin class. And then so I'd have to change clothes like so many times during the day, but I lived really close by. So it wasn't that gnarly, but I'd have like a backpack full of like soaking wet, like disgusting clothes. It was like so bad, but it really it was just cool because I was like making money while I was at school.
That's nice.
Yeah. But I've
done that.
I was worried because when I was hearing your joke and you brought up spin, I was like, oh no, she's gonna talk shit about it. But then you said it was like hype and fun. So
yeah, I don't actually talk shit in any of my jokes that I really know of. It's either the complete truth or it's like how I'm the fish out of water in this scenario. Like it's not a lot of, I don't make fun of other people.
Yeah.
Really. Unless they did something and I'm just recounting it.
I like to punch up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. Well, for me, I just like it's all observational for me. Like I'm not like the kind of person who just goes around thinking mean thoughts about stuff. Just because it's not good for me. Like I'll get in a real bad place really quickly. But spin class, that was funny. I did faint though in the class and they were so scared. The teacher was so good at what she did. There was another teacher there that was like, I guess she was a physical therapist or something. And she like put me on like a Cadillac, which is a Pilates machine. And she like grounded my body, which I still don't know what that means.
Oh, cool.
It was so cool. And I was like, I've never felt more taken care of. Like I went to that Pilates studio for like years after that because they had some classes where you did like spin and Pilates. And that was one class. And I just kept going back to they called them machine classes. So I didn't go back to spin because I do think my personality I have to stay away from some kinds of workouts because I'm such an intense person. I will work out until I am completely passed out on the floor.
Yeah.
And I had to stop a class recently because I was going to this thing called cardio sculpt, and
Okay.
it's a core power yoga. It brings out the bad part of my personality.
Oh
Like,
no.
I'll kill myself trying to do more jumping jacks than the girl next to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you're like a Viking.
Yeah, I have like Viking blood or something. So I try to just stay with things that are like not competitive, like Pilates, just regular hot yoga. I go to like low key yoga classes too, like level 1, nobody's doing a handstand. And I go to Orange Theory now too, which is good because you have a heart rate monitor on and you can't overdo it. So,
Oh shit, I was going to ask you this. What's your resting heart rate?
oh, you think I know that with how often I'm wearing a heart rate monitor? I don't know.
I thought that would be an insane question to ask. And then you just said you wear a heart rate monitor all the time. And I was like, oh, you know. And then I didn't write. I was like, maybe I should ask. Then I was like, why the fuck would I ask my guests what their heart is resting? I just want to know, because I'm really trying to make mine like crazy low. Like right now, that's because I just kind of like got super unhealthy for a little bit, like kind of like during the pandemic times. And then I had a kid this year, which is like, that's not an unhealthy thing, but a lot of like how I started eating, and so I was just like, dude, my blood pressure is like I look red right now, but that might be also a sunburn. But I'm trying to drop my resting heart rate by like half. I'm gonna see if I can like get it down to like nothing.
Yeah, I think my resting heart rate's pretty low naturally, and I have low blood pressure. I know that because not to brag, but I went to a doctor. I think you have the best cholesterol I've ever seen, and I was like,
wow.
Is she trying to just get me to come back?
Yeah. I'd come back. I was like, if a doctor said nice things to me,
Mm-hmm.
I always go to the doctor and they're like, you're lying.
I lie to doctors. That's another joke I have.
Well, I do fucking lie to them.
I know. Everybody does. They're like, do you smoke? And I'm like, I don't want that on my record.
No. Like, I smell like smoke.
I know. I'm like, I don't smoke cigarettes. That's all you need to know.
Can I do a humble brag?
Yes.
Okay. Well, can it not be humble?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you were talking about like the going to the great spin instructor. I just want to tell you something about so this is the second place I ever started teaching spin was when I was at school, like the school I was going to. Mm-hmm. And when I first started, they had like 12 spin bikes and like some of them were like kind of broken. Mm-hmm. And then after like I started after that semester, the dude that ran the whole rec center bought 30 spin bikes because of me.
What?
Yeah, he said. I walked in. I was like, holy shit, what's this? And he's like, did this because of you, man. Every single one of your classes, there's people waiting outside the door and people complaining and then I filled it up and I would do 30 people, and it was actually kind of cool because in a lot of ways it felt like being a DJ and kind of being a stand-up comedian at the same time, because I would like tell a bunch of jokes, play a bunch of dope music, get a workout, get paid. Honestly, man, I should really get back into that.
If you do, I'll come to your class because I feel like I can at least be in the back, and then I'll I'll wear my heart rate monitor.
Okay. I'll call you out. I'll be like, what's your heart rate? What is it?
Calm down. Everybody else, pump up, but you calm down. Don't faint. She does it.
Wait, what else? There was something like super important that I had to say, and I've completely forgotten what it was.
I hate when that happens.
What were we talking about?
Spin class.
Private yoga,
spin class. Good instructors.
Can't live together.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna write about that.
There's gonna be a mayor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Do you want to settle some disputes with me?
Yeah, let's settle disputes.
All right, guys. This is another classic, and by that I mean very first time we're doing settling Nashville disputes with Marianna Barksdale. Oh my God, I never even introduced you. My guest today is Marianna Barksdale. Marianna Barksdale is a stand-up comedian and aspiring cult leader, and just a fantastic person. A little too aggressive in the gym, but I mean, is that a flaw? I don't think so. So,
hurting myself.
We're going to take a quick trip over here to Nextdoor, the Nextdoor app. where the most sanest and, just reasonable people are trying to sort things out. And look, there's been a lot of disputes on my next door, like my neighborhood lately. And I think you're probably close to me. You're at least in the same vicinity. So these are your neighbors as well. Let's go ahead and just sort these people out. Tell them who's right, who's wrong.
Oh my God. First one, I love next door.
This is sorry, these are all mixed up, which is my favorite 311 song.
Oh, that's so funny. My husband's obsessed with 311, so I
really
all the time.
All mixed up. You don't know what to do. Something. Actually, that's not my favorite 311. My favorite 311 song is their first hit. Have you ever made out in a dark hallway this way or this to make your day? I say something different with your record collection. Sorry.
You can sing that a lot better than I could.
something, down. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stop.
Down. That's the best song, I think.
Your husband sounds cool. That's another thing, dude. You can like 311. You don't have to not like 311. You don't have to be like, oh, actually, I don't like 311 because I don't rollerblade, or it's like, shut up.
Yeah, I know.
Quit being mean-spirited. It's not necessarily. You can like Ryan Gosling too.
I know. I can't believe you said mean-spirited. I love that. I'm like, stop being mean. Just say I don't know.
I'm gonna just give these people like initials so they don't sue me, because the Nextdoor app seemed like a very like litigious community. All right, here's the first problem we're gonna deal with here. This person said, why do I have to listen to beep, beep, beep of a backhoe on 4th of July? Houses under construction across the street from me on Robertson, beep, beep, beep. So that's the complaint. Now let's hear what the people in the comments have to say to see if we can settle the dispute internally or if you and I need to get involved.
Yeah.
LR said, Connie, this is the lesser of the two evils. Tonight it will be bomb, bomb, bomb. Meaning, I guess, that the city will shoot off fireworks. TS said, well, as a builder who is working today because clients want things done on a timeline, though not the one that's running a backhoe, although I have somebody building directly behind me, so I understand, some of us don't have an option but to work today. So I guess he's pro beep, beep, beep.
Yeah.
And I gotta go ahead and say the first lady LR says bomb, bomb, bomb is worse than beep, beep, beep. So that's kind of where we're at with people right now. Okay. People are not really like giving this lady like a lot of support.
I feel that.
This person said, this is DD. Landscape trucks that park on the street often leave the gear shift in reverse. Then we get the nonstop beeps. So this is another definite beep hater right there. I can totally. Here we go. Wait until that's there's a lot of typos, and that's why it's hard for me to read this. Sorry. This is from WB. Wait until that start blocking the street because they have no place to park or start parking in your yard because you have a lot of area around your home. This construction company needs to carpool employees to the job site. Damn. Okay, Marianna, I'm going to let you just take a wild swing at this. Beep, beep, beep. No, beep, beep, beep. Yes. Or
on July 4th, somebody was doing construction. Is what was happening. And this person was like, this is my only day off ever that my boss is actually paying me for. I'm kind of anti beep, beep, beep. You know? I kind of get it. I do feel like everybody, this is why I like Sunday. I feel like no matter what is going on, everybody's off work. Not everybody, but like enough people are off work that like the energy of the world's better. I don't like anyone doing work ever on anything. I hate machines.
Yeah, beep, beep, beep is,
I think
I'm not fucking feeling it either.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd make a next door post about it, but like I would be, sitting there talking to myself all day, like, when is this going to be done?
Yeah.
That's what you get when you live in like the nicer areas or the areas that are getting flipped, or probably places where you get like a deal, I think. So you kind of have to put up with stuff like that because there's no construction in our neighborhood at all because it's old. So, everybody's kind of settled. Nobody's adding like a floor on over here.
I live in a flip neighborhood. They're just straight up bulldozing everything around me. I'm about to be living in the only normal house because everything has got they bulldoze every normal house and put 3 tall skinnies on the lot and get rid of all the like yards and shit. So yeah,
we might be in neighboring neighborhoods because that's happening in the one that's nicer than ours. It's this is when living in like just a nice middle of the road. So good. And
Connie, we agree with you. Beep, beep, beep. No.
Yeah, no to the
not,
beeps.
not on 4th of July, not never. And I'm going to go ahead and agree here with WB that the construction company needs to make their employees carpool, because this is the hottest summer on record anywhere, everywhere in the whole world. So, all right, dispute settled. Are we going to say that? Beep, 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 bad?
Sounds settled.
Let's settle another. Let's get, these people need calmer minds to prevail, because there's a lot of like hotness going on here in their heads. This guy seems pretty reasonable. This comes from, we'll say, ZB. ZB says, was I the only one who found the hundreds of drones flying overhead a little weird during fireworks celebration? I get that it was supposed to be a light show that didn't happen. I just felt weird that they were all flying in patterns over the city like little patrols. Okay, so ZB did not like the hundreds of drones flying in the sky, which I missed. I was inside missing this. Okay, GL coming in hot and really kind of saying a fuck you to him. I feel like, yes, you were the only one. To be sure, if there were actually hundreds of drones flying overhead when light shows didn't happen, that's a little concerning. I saw that one that flew above the Hillwood Country Club fireworks show, but that was assuredly their own drone. When and where did these hundreds of drones fly? If not for the fireworks displays, why do you think they were flying? All right, GL, I'm going to go ahead and say not helpful and fucking mean. That doesn't make any sense. You know what? I move to strike his comment from the record.
Yeah, I don't like his comment.
No, this comment sucked, dude. ZG wrote, are the patrolling drones in the room with us right now? What a comedian, man. I moved to strike ZG from the record too, as well, for just being a kind of a dick about this.
You know, anybody who uses Nextdoor to like try out comedy, it's just come on.
They spent this is from SB. They spent $1 million of your money on the fireworks, a bit more on the drones to film it. He's pro drones. Okay, so JM said, I know our tourists enjoyed it. I met them at the airport today. Smiley face. Pro drones. Okay. RH coming in, another one. Well, I didn't count hundreds. Report back number. Thanks. Okay, so she's clearly saying that there were not hundreds of drones. And no, we have a defender here. Mm-hmm. I'm sure he's just saying that there were a lot, not literally that they counted specifically several hundred. These people on the internet pretending they take everything so literal are annoying. Okay, agree. He said hundreds because he meant a lot. You know,
that
like
is, like surprisingly level-headed for Nextdoor.
Yeah, it really is. Because I say 1 million when I mean like 5. Yeah, these just go way down. This is downhill into like more mental illness type stuff. We're gonna skip that. So okay, the hundreds of drones. Are we for it or against it?
Oh, definitely against it.
We're against the drones. Okay.
Against the drones. But I don't know. I'm just I watch a lot of science fiction, of science fiction horror, and I don't like where technology's going, but just because I'm 35 and I'm so comfortable with the level of technology, it makes my life convenient. And I'm just like, can't we just stop? Is that fine? Like, I don't know. But I guess if they're filming something or doing a light show, it's fine. I don't care. I don't care if just like a kid has a drone and they're just like learning how to, if they like helicopters or whatever, but like hundreds, I don't know. The original comment sounds kind of like, I'm kind of with the first person who commented underneath it. They're like, hey, what are you talking about? Like, when and where did this happen? That's how I feel most of the time when I'm on Nextdoor. I'm just like, are you sure? Did you actually see? Where's your picture? But I don't know. I don't like drones. I don't like, I don't like where drones are going. I don't know if I find them now, but I feel like it's more like future thought drones. What do you think? How do you feel?
Well, okay. This is something I have to say that I only mean hypothetically, and I would never, ever in real life really be behind this, but we did an entire episode called Dismantling the Machinery of Mass Extinction, where we discussed the book How to Blow Up a Pipeline, which is going to become a movie soon. And it's a guy that he's very serious about blowing up pipelines as like a means to ending global warming. And he talks about one of the most effective things that ever happened. It actually happened in Yemen. It had nothing to do with climate action. It was actually just regular warfare. But what they did is they, the the Yemen soldiers like had clearly like Exxon, I think it was Exxon Mobil had this oil refinery there that was guarded by like soldiers and US backed soldiers and people with like, missile launchers and all the shit. You couldn't get close. And so instead of trying to do a regular assault with actual soldiers, they just sent 300 remote control drones at them with explosives attached to every single drone. Impossible to shoot down 300 like miniature drones. They all hit the pipeline. It was the largest pipeline explosion like ever. They had to like Exxon had to like move out of that region for a while because there was like nothing they could do about the destruction. So
wow,
I think drones could be used for good.
Yeah. Hey, I haven't definitely not heard that use case for them.
Yeah, and also, I mean, like, there was no needless bloodshed, and who the fuck cares about the bottom line of Exxon? I don't. So,
yeah, that's a good point. Oh my God, the profits. I don't even understand. I'm just like, geez, can you just make a little less money?
yeah, I mean, also can't Elon Musk save us with his electronic rocket mobile? I don't know.
I know. It's one of those things where you're like, can somebody just fix this? Somebody smart.
Do you want to settle one more dispute and then we'll go to the lightning round? Okay. This one comes from JM. Bit random, but I saw a man catching turtles in Watauga Lake, and it sure looked like he was planning to take them home for food. What would you do? I did nothing. I would probably do nothing, but I don't. That's fucked up. Let's see what the people have to say.
Okay, yeah.
Oh my God, you're right. The people practicing their comedy on Nextdoor this is like painful. WF said, "Go get a teenage Ninja Turtle costume from Walmart. Come back and kick him while saying cowabunga." Womp, fucking womp.
God.
No. I'm gonna go ahead and have that comment stricken from the record.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm 48, and them type of turtles, along with snapping turtles and soft shell turtles, have been in that lake since I was a little kid. Now, as far as eating turtle, snapping turtle meat is very popular and tasty, and there is a size limit on snapping turtles. Soft shell turtles must be released. No one that I know has ever eaten the red ears. They can't be kept as pets, however. All right, FB, really useful information. I'm glad he really kind of because I didn't know there was 3 different types of turtles.
I didn't either.
Oh God. All right, another joke. This comes from GM. I seen some naked people on TV eat a turtle. That might not be a joke. Honestly, a lot of these people are. This is like these are the people that got kicked off Facebook, and this is the next tier down where they can go and be like insane. Okay, this comes from SJ. I wouldn't have said anything either, even though I really don't like the part about them sitting upside down. Seems like one of those look away type situations to me. Maybe reported on Hub Nashville so Centennial staff can be made aware. Oh shit, that's that pond in Centennial Park?
Yeah.
Oh, that dude's pulling turtles out of there? Oh, well then no, bad man. Bad man.
I'm like, if this is happening in any parks here, it's not like it will be different if he was like some in the middle of Wyoming where there's no civilization.
Yeah.
Yes, you can eat turtles there. I don't even know if they have turtles there. But like,
okay, people that don't live in Nashville and haven't been here, Centennial Park would be like our version of Central Park. It's not obviously nowhere near the size, but it's a large city park. And okay, I mean, first of all, you're the guest, so whatever you say is what we'll go with.
I don't think I would ever eat a turtle just because they're so cute.
Yeah, dude, I want to eat a turtle.
I know. I'm like, I eat meat, but like, I don't know. I've been pulling back on different animals as I get older. I'm like, I'd never eat rabbit. I'd never eat squirrel. I would never eat a turtle. But I want to know how they assumed the person was taking them home to eat. I don't know why they assume that.
I feel like I don't know if I read it correctly, but he said that he was like pulling them out of the water and putting them over on their backs so that they couldn't get away. So he's definitely catching them.
Okay. Why wouldn't I don't know.
I mean, another reason to do that would just be pure animal torture. So
oof, God, what a horrible person.
Okay. Well, you have to say what you would do.
Oh.
I got to be careful on this because I've intervened on some things, and man, do people get mad when you intervene on their weird shit?
Yeah, I think I call that like non it's the not 911, but the other line.
862-8600 in case you guys want to call the
Yeah.
cops here in a non-emergency.
Yeah, a non-emergency. I feel like I would just inform somebody who like just so they know it's happening
Yeah.
because I wouldn't want that to continue because what if he just I don't know, what if he wipes out all the turtles? What if that's his goal?
Yeah. What if he just hates turtles?
Yeah, what if he just hates turtles? That'd be terrible.
What I find surprising is that there are any turtles in that nasty pond. I feel like
know.
I've seen swans there.
Yeah, the swans are beautiful, but I don't know. Yeah, I would never intervene. I don't like crazy people. I learned in New York, like, don't engage with most people.
Yeah. I've told the story more than enough times on the podcast. I'm not going to tell it again, but I intervened at the dog park with a dude abusing a dog, and boy, did that escalate past what I was hoping would just be him stopping.
Yeah.
It became a thing between us. So
yeah, he's like, well, now I'm going to cut the dog's head off and put it in your bed. So
yeah. Police got involved. It was a real story. Hey, I got one thing to tell you. We're getting dangerously close to the lightning round, and co-producer Colleen just dropped it off. So I'm gonna go grab it. It's across the room. So give me 1 second. I'm back. Okay. So I've never seen this lightning round before. I've got no idea what it is. I don't write them anymore. Co-producer Colleen writes them all, so that way I'm just as confused as you are going into it. And looks like today you got a Mad Lib. These are one of my favorites. So I'm just going to go like noun, verb, adjective. You know the drill. Okay. And it's going to be called A Visitor's Guide to Nashville, a Mad Lib's nonfiction, a Mad Lib's nonfiction resource by co-producer Colleen and co-written by Marianna Barksdale. Let's go ahead and play. Adjective.
Candidly. Nope, that's not an adjective.
Is it not?
Is it not?
I think it is.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay.
We'll go with candidly. It'll work.
Yeah, I'm only good with nouns, really.
Or I think candid.
Okay, yeah. I was like, I think I'm just saying it wrong. Maybe this isn't a good. Everyone's gonna see how smart I am.
Okay, well, there's not going to be a ton of those. Right here, weather.
What?
Weather, like rain.
Oh, a type of weather. Okay, sorry.
Have you ever seen the rain? Sorry. That's my favorite. That's my favorite.
No, I know that song. Hail.
Hail. All right. No, all hail.
All hail.
We sound like the people that play on Nextdoor app. Oh hail! I saw a guy pulling turtles out of the creek, and I said no. All right, noun.
Tree.
Tree.
I'm so bad at these. I'm just looking out the window. I'm just saying stuff.
Oh man, I just remembered the thing I was going to bring up earlier, and it was not important, but I'm going to say it anyway. Is when you were saying that people have gotten so intense about yoga, and I went to Small World Yoga. For people that don't know, that's like a non-profit place. Like it's like I would generally assume to be like one of the chillest yoga studios, and I totally went in there, and like every dude had his shirt off, was doing like one-handed handstands, and like it was just gnarly, dude. I was like, whoa.
I know. Like I came here to stretch.
Yeah. I was like, I came in dressed like in like my furry pajamas. All right. Important life event worth celebrating.
Wedding.
Music genre.
Goth.
All right.
I love goth music. I was gonna say funk. If it's funny or funk.
Are the Smiths goth?
I think they are. I don't really like the Smiths because they're so overplayed, but I think they're goth.
Okay, cool.
They're whiny enough.
Verb.
I'm looking around my room to see if there's a verb lying around.
Probably not.
Not. Is reading a verb?
Yeah. Okay. Well, read. Oh yeah, or reading. You can say reading.
I was really bad. For as much as I've written in my life, I was terrible at grammar and all the rules and stuff. It's weird that I like to write. It's a profession.
Adjective. Sorry.
I should put this in like all my emails. No Mad Libs because I'm not funny like that. Okay, adjective.
A descriptor.
Thank you for reminding me because I don't even know. Red.
I was gonna actually say I was gonna give you a color prompt.
Yeah.
Number.
Okay. 5.
Alcoholic drink.
Oh, White Russian.
I used to make those for my dad when I was a kid.
He is a smart person.
He would
Like,
send me, taught me how to make them, and then would like sit on the couch and have me like go make White Russians for him. Food.
Salad. That's a Nashville thing. I just had a salad, so I'm like, that's why.
Yeah, it's got salad on the brain. Food.
Another food?
Yeah. Turtles.
Turtles.
Are you seriously? You go turtle? Okay.
Yeah, turtles.
Adjective. Man, you're getting hit hard with the adjectives.
Man, I want to go with another color, but that probably won't be as funny. I don't know. Shiny.
Shiny? That's funny. I was literally in my head saying stinky.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, I'll use it next.
Okay. Animal body part, plural.
Oh, pause.
Yeah, that was totally the word in my head.
I'm obsessed with my cat's paws. So like, yeah.
Prolonged alcohol withdrawals. Pause. Animal.
Cat.
Cat. Celebrity. My name is Kid.
Yeah, let's do Kid Rock. Why not?
Okay. I'm not trying to like influence your decisions whatsoever.
I'm trying to think if there's another celebrity. I don't know.
Is there another celebrity besides Kid Rock?
Any other celebrity on earth?
I've been talking a lot about Ryan Gosling on this episode, but
Taylor Swift.
Taylor,
yeah, she's like the opposite of Kid Rock.
I'm gonna actually go ahead and tell you right now that you shouldn't pick Taylor Swift.
Oh, okay.
Because I am reading the sentence ahead of this. Spoiler alert: Taylor Swift is in that sentence.
Oh, okay. Then let's not. I was about to say, I'm like, she's just like, I don't necessarily listen to her music, but I just like her whole deal.
Yeah.
She's just cool, and I like her artistic everything. So yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, Kid Rock.
Kid Rock. You reminded me so much of the scene in Zoolander when Owen Wilson is like, when he's talking about Bono, or no, he's talking about Sting. He's like, Sting is like my inspiration. He's like, I really like, he's like, I don't really listen to his music, but I like that he makes it.
Yeah. If I could describe my entire personality, it's Owen Wilson from Zoolander. Like,
he was like, he tells a story about like tripping mushrooms and like thinking that he's falling off Mount Vesuvius. And he's like, then I realized I never even been to Mount Vesuvius. I was just tripping. And like that dude goes, cool story, Hansel.
I gotta rewatch that movie. I love that one.
Zoolander. Well, I just had a son. He's 3 months old, and he literally has Zoolander's hair. And it reminds me so much of the end of the movie when Zoolander has a baby and it has that hair. I don't know where he got it. He's like, I don't have Zoolander hair, but shit. Do you want to hear the story that we wrote?
Yeah.
Once again, a visitor's guide to Nashville, a Mad Libs nonfiction resource by co-producer Colleen, co-written by Marianna Barksdale. I always keep saying your name. I fucked up. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's like my mouth wants to say Marianna, and so it keeps like so I fuck up your last name because I say your first name right with like mental effort.
You could call me Barksdale and I will answer. So.
Like Avon Barksdale.
Exactly.
Okay. So you've chosen Nashville for your next vacation destination. Candid choice. This guide has everything you need to know to enjoy your stay. First, expect lots of hail, so be sure to pack your tree. Secondly, you will likely encounter MIDI wedding parties. And third, Nashville is known for its goth scene, so get ready to read the night away. Nashville did kind of have a goth scene for a long time. I used to go to goth night. When in Music City, make sure to visit Broadway to hear some red music and spend $5 on a White Russian. Yeah, right. More like 17. Yeah. Next, grab a bite to eat at one of Nashville's famous hot salad restaurants. Don't forget to get a side of turtles with that. And lastly, make sure you take pictures with all the trendy and shiny murals in the Gulch, such as the angel paws and the colorful cat mural that was a collaboration between Taylor Swift and Kid Rock. See y'all soon.
That worked out great.
That sounds like a real brochure to Nashville.
It does.
It really fucking does.
If it had just said redneck music instead of red.
If it just said redneck music, it would have been like, I should just put the word neck on there and then just try and sell it to whoever the next mayor is. Be like, hey, I wrote something for the Chamber of Commerce that you guys might be interested in. Oh,
pretty good.
pretty good idea. You guys might want to share this at the airport. Marianna, I didn't remember. Let's call you Marianna. Fuck, I suck. I'm about shit.
Like banana. Think banana.
Marianna, like banana. Marianna, I have one last question for you, but it is the most important question of the day. And it's this: where can people find you, follow you, see you perform live, your stand-up, all that stuff, and everything? I
have my main social media is Instagram, and my handle is It's Marianna Barksdale. And I have my website, which is www.marianna-barksdale.com. And I'm on Threads, but like if I could find it on my phone again, I guess you could find me there. Oh, and then for performances, and I don't know why I say it like that. I was a ballerina for so long, so I always talk like a performer as opposed to a comedian. But I have links to all my shows on my Instagram link tree. So you can get tickets, or it's just the location if it's a free show. I have, I think, 30 shows coming up. So and it's all over the Southeast. I'm going to Maine. I'm going to North Carolina. I'm doing some little tours throughout the year. I'm really excited. It's going to be a fun year.
Hell yeah. All right, everybody, seriously, go check it out. See if she's coming to your town or anywhere near you, and absolutely go see her live. You will not be disappointed. Marianna, it has been fantastic finally having you on the podcast. It's been a long time coming. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry I keep cutting you off.
Oh, have a great day.
Thank you so much. You too. Bye.